Hey guys, so Vehicular DIY, the owner of the channel, is one of my good buddies. I've known him for a long time. I just picked up a new Infiniti Q50 RS 400, Red Sport 400 is what they call it. So the Q50, when it came out, I thought it looked great. This mid-cycle refresh makes it look even more aggressive. I just picked up this car. I spent the past week looking at reviews and I couldn't find everything I wanted to know about the car. This is literally my first time with it. We picked it up from the dealership not even like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're gonna insert some footage of us grabbing it at the dealership and then having a little fun on the road.
Yeah. Hey guys, so we're at West Houston Infiniti on this beautiful overcast day in Houston. This is Ryan Reynolds, not the actor, but the salesman. He helped me pick out my beautiful new white Q50 Red Sport 400. This thing's fully loaded, has every option from the factory. I don't think we missed anything on this one, right? It even has the factory decklet spoiler paint match. Normally the carbon fiber it's black. I didn't like that. They got me one that was paint match, that worked out. If you guys ever need a car, you're in the Houston area, you want an Infiniti, talk to Ryan. He's a great guy, straight shooter, doesn't mess around. Yeah, let's just go through it. I'll go through every single thing that I got.
You want to tell them what you paid for it, or what you got, what kind of deal you got for it?
So I got a killer deal. I've been asked by the dealer to not advertise it because they can't replicate it.
Okay, but let's just say that if you really wanted to get one of these cars, you can get them for sub 500 bucks.
Yeah.
And the MSRP is over 60K.
Yeah, exactly. My MSRP after everything, after dealer add-ons, came just close to 61.
I know you guys subscribe to my channel for BMW content, but hey, it doesn't hurt to put something different into the mix.
Let's show them that, since you guys are all about the engine room.
Yeah, it's a 3-liter. It's a V6 and 7 inline. It's twin turbo, making over 350 crank torque and 400 crank horsepower. It's actually based off of it's like a toned down smaller version of the GTR, which is normally a 3.8 liter. So smaller displacement, meaning technically this block should be stronger. And you can even do hybrid turbos and whatnot. From a GTR.
So what a lot of people have done on the 2016 Q50, I think the 2018 model year hasn't been out long enough for people to Frankenstein it, but the Q50s from 2016, there's a couple people on the internet that actually took the intake manifolds from a GTR, and the turbos are actually embedded in those, so they've actually done like a cross between a GTR and a Q50. They're apparently insane. They're beating almost every other car out on the road there, but it also comes with a lot of trade-offs.
Yeah.
The cars are not meant to run that fast.
But from the factory, for it to make 400 horse out of a 3-liter means it's pretty potent for what it is.
Oh yeah, I'll rev it up a little bit. Let's take some.
Does this thing have direct injection?
Yep.
So noticeably quieter injectors on this engine. Yeah. So I'm gonna go around and get a sound clip from the rear. Let's hear how she sounds. All right, hit it. You can tell this engine's related to the VQ. It's got that 350Z trumpet sound, GTR sound.
It is a VQ engine actually.
It's based on it, right?
Yeah, it is the part of the VQ series, so it is the same line of engines they've got.
But if someone's looking for a brand new car with 400 horsepower for under 500 bucks a month, with all the latest tech.
I don't know if you can see right now, I got the really tacky, so I thought this was gonna look really bad. This is the Radiant Emblem. So you can see there's an LED strip running there, LED strip running inside there. It looks really tacky on Mercedes. I hate it. I've seen these cars at night. The Infiniti ones actually look kind of nice. They're not too blammy. Although, you know, to be to be seen whether I want to turn it off or not, but for now I'm leaving it on. It's part of...
Probably something you can code out if you ever wanted to.
I think so, and it's part of either the sensor or the proactive package that I got, so I think my laser guided controls are embedded in this Emblem, so I can't get rid of it.
You can go full RGB on it like a computer.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Want to show them the inside?
Yeah.
We'll take it from your perspective. You're not a professional reviewer here, but at the same time you've done your research and there are certain things that you wish people would cover in a video.
Yeah.
Right? So
sure.
take it from that perspective.
Let's start from the outside then, because there's so much ambiguity about what comes in this car. So Infiniti, when they first came out with this, they didn't have any option for conventional tires. On the rear wheel drive car, your only option was to get Dunlop Summer Performance run flats. And Dunlop's horrible. No one likes them. They're horribly reviewed everywhere. Everyone who's owned
the model that specific tire.
Yeah,
because otherwise I've heard good things, but yeah, they have their.
In general, no one really likes run flats.
Yeah, well, I don't. I already put a video on my channel saying they're terrible.
Run flats are no good. So I was very adamant about getting a car that did not have the run flats, but I got it, and then I looked online to see what tires I was getting, and no one knows online. All these forums, no one posts what tires you actually get when you get the conventional tire package, which was released for the 2018 model year, I believe. So they normally come without a spare tire kit. So you get the spare tire kit, and then you get the conventional tire package as a no-fee option.
So the model on these is?
It's Bridgestone Potenza RE050A asymmetrical tires. They're
size 245 40 R90.
Yeah, so this car is actually staggered. If you get the all-wheel drive, it's not staggered. It's 245s all around. On the rear-wheel drive cars, which I believe are only available in southern climates, you can probably import one up north if you really want to. They 245 in the front, 265 in the back. 4 piston calipers in the front. I believe it's 2 piston calipers in the back.
And do they always have this red caliper? That looks pretty.
No, so I think this is new because people criticize the Red Sport for not having enough red.
Makes sense, because it's like what makes it what it is.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. So I think with this model year, the mid-cycle refresh, what they've done is they've tried to incorporate red, and you'll see that inside the cabin as well. There's a lot of red stitching.
Why don't we show them that spare if you didn't get the run flats?
So apparently the remote does not work if you do it when the car's running. Also, I thought this was really cool. They've got the hydraulic, what is it?
Yeah, it's exactly like my car.
Yeah. I love this idea. I hate the intrusive hinges and all that. This is great. I wish more cars did this.
It's a European thing that they've adopted.
One other thing that I noticed when I picked up the car is this is really plush carpeting for a trunk. Like, if you feel that, this is nicer than what I've got in my house.
It's really nice, actually.
Which I thought
it feels like it's got some foam backing on it too.
So yeah, so normally in cars that don't get the conventional, the spare tire package, this is actually replaced by a metal block, I think, for weight balancing. But this is the regular spare tire, and I believe this is actually the same spare tire that they've been putting on the G37s for all those years.
So it's actually an aluminum spare. It's not full width, but it's full diameter, so that'll be good for keeping alignment and whatnot, and when you're keeping your traction control system happy. Yeah. And
then Infiniti, of course, puts its owner's manual in a nice pouch here. It's Velcroed on the back.
Nice. It's better than putting it in a glove box, taking up half the space.
I think there is another one in the glove box
in
this car too, though.
So yeah, I just showed them a little tip that it always drives me nuts. You want to show them again? When people close their trunk, they're always just putting fingerprints and scratching up their paint. I said, there's always going to be a handle in there. You just got to look for it. Nobody sees it.
Yeah.
So
first time I've seen that.
Might as well start from new.
So this is a factory spoiler that comes with the car. It's normally carbon fiber. I'm really glad that mine was paint matched, because the diffuser, as you can see, always comes paint matched. And if you've seen cars with the spoiler up top, it looks really weird with the diffuser being white and the spoiler being black. And then another thing that's cool is this is actually painted. It almost looks translucent right now because of the reflection. It's kind of playing, I don't know how it's going to show up on the camera, but when you're looking at it from here, it almost looks like it's see-through.
It's a gunmetal, it looks like glass almost. Yeah,
it's a gunmetal paint, and it's really nice. These are the new special tips for the RS400.
It's got these
other
little
Q50s
holes
don't
in it,
have the same tips.
Anything special about the wheels? They're staggered, right?
They're staggered,
so wider at the rear.
Yeah, there's nothing really else to know about the wheels. I know a lot of people don't like. Some people say these don't look nice. They're not. A lot of people complain that the Q50 Red Sport is not that much different than a regular Q50. I'd argue that's not true. There are some serious differences between this car on the road and a regular Q50.
Aero package here, right? That's not, that comes on the Red Sport side skirt sills, or are they?
I know there's, so that the regular Sport comes with some of these as well, but I think the lip spoilers on the bottom, or sorry, just the lip on the bottom, and then the deck lid spoiler. Some of the aero
wheels
packages
are different,
are
or no?
a little different.
Are these the same rims?
No, the rims are they're unique to the Red Sport, but people think they're not unique enough. Apparently.
Well, they have character to them. They're
I think they're nice. I like the gunmetal.
They're nitrogen filled.
Yep, and I like that the fact that the car isn't that, you know, it's not in your face. It's kind of a sleeper. You don't really know until you're pulling up next to it.
The black mirrors are Red Sport specific, would you say?
Yeah, these are Red Sport. There's also a carbon fiber package. I was not able to get that. I'm not sure. I wasn't even able to spec that out on Infiniti's site, so I don't know whether that exists, but I know a lot of the review cars that bigger reviewers got, they had the carbon fiber package, which I'm not sure how that works. I don't know if these are actually carbon fiber and painted black or not. I can't really.
But they look classy enough.
Yeah, but they look nice. I think white with black accents looks great, and then the red thrown in there is amazing.
Yeah.
With that, let's check out the interior. I'll just show you the
real quickly with the headlights, LED.
Yeah. So
LED fogs, it looks like too.
Yeah, these are full LED, and then they've updated for the 2018 mid-cycle refresh. I'll show you right now that daytime running lights are updated.
Oh yeah.
They've got it. Infiniti calls it the human eye. I guess my lights didn't actually turn off.
No,
I guess
they changed. They got brighter. Your headlights turned off, and then the.
Did this strip come on though? I can't really tell.
Yeah.
This strip is supposed to come on.
It came on, and then around the actual thing, the iris. It looks like an iris, right? That's what they're going for?
Exactly. It's called Infiniti's. They call it the human eye factor or something like that. Some really lame marketing gimmick, but. They look nice, honestly. In the rear view, when you see that, they look aggressive. I've always liked this new Infiniti's look, and this mid-cycle refresh is even better.
Any reviewer will say this is a good-looking car. It's hard to knock it. It has.
Yeah, it's got good look. There's no line on it that looks bad to me.
Good proportions from all angles.
It's also got apparently between a 0.24 and 0.26 coefficient of drag, which is really low.
So we'll consider that the exterior. Let's go take a look at the interior.
So if I pull it once, it opens.
Yeah.
If I want to lock it, I just press that and it's locked. It'll beep a couple times, it'll chime to tell me I got the keys outside of the car and it's running. But yeah.
All right, so let's go take a tour of the interior.
Yeah, so this is, people were saying this is plastic. I don't know what they're talking about. This is cold to the touch. It's aluminum if I've ever seen it in a car. These door handles people complained about. Yeah, I can understand this feels kind of plasticky. It feels better than the fake aluminum that was in my Q50.
Same as my car. It's like a coated plastic. Yeah.
They've done a real good job of trying to make the car look a lot more modern on the inside. They've got this red stitching everywhere. They've got leather almost everywhere that you can find it. The dashboard has new fake leather.
All four windows are auto up and down. That's a big deal, actually. That doesn't come on.
Yep, they're auto up as well. Yep.
Yeah.
I just wanted to double check that. I've got the illuminated sill plates. I've also got welcome lighting that illuminates the underground of the car. You've got the aluminum pedals down there. This is your regular steering stock. You got power everything. Here you've got side power bolsters. You can barely see them moving right there, but they are.
And they have a nice quilted leather.
Yep, they've got it's called semi-aniline quilted leather is what they call it. There's the bolster. This is something I find really interesting about Infiniti. They have not updated these switches since the time of like the G37 when it came out. I've got a 2004 QX56. My seat buttons look exactly the same. There's no difference. In fact, I think the plastic's actually gotten less quality, which is kind of annoying, to be quite honest. I wish they hadn't done that. I would like more of a luxury feel when I'm reaching down there, but honestly, after you set your car, how often are you going to touch it? I've got the memory controls, the smart key in Infiniti. If you got a spouse or someone else that drives your car, it saves it. So let's say this is my key. Every time I come in, I don't have to press anything. It's always going to be set to my preferences, even the radio, the cluster setup, all that. Yeah, how about we hop in? So this car is the interior. We kind of talked about the stuff on the side. A couple things, I just want to go over some things that kind of, upon first glimpse, kind of bother me. So this is, you know, like we said, it's a 61K sticker almost. The car has some things that honestly I will agree with a lot of reviewers out there. It makes me feel like I'm still in a Nissan. I mean, if you look over here, the lock unlock button, that's very Nissan. This is very Nissan. I mean, they're functional buttons, so I don't really care that much because really I'm not going to be touching these that often. I'm not going to look at it. I mean, this center cluster though, they've done well. People hate on these two screens. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm coming from a car from 2004, you know, but this looks pretty new to me.
This is a 2015 and newer. This looks like 2005 and newer. It looks like 2 generations if you had to ask me.
Honestly, that's what people are saying, but the resolution on this is not 2005.
No, it's fine.
Like if you've seen my car from 2004, you know what that looks like.
2010.
I would call this, it is definitely a generational difference. I think this is from the old G37, the same stuff, and this is part of the Q50 that came in.
So the underpinnings, this chassis, is it based on the old G35 in any way from way back?
So from what I understand, the wheelbase is the exact same. From people are saying, I mean, so the wheelbase has not changed in dimension, so we're assuming that the chassis is the same as a G37. It's more, they've done a lot of work on the engine, on the cabin and that sort of stuff, but I think underlaying, it's still a G37, and honestly, it drives like one. It's very nice to drive. One other thing I really hate, the larger Infinitis all have heated seats. We live in Houston, y'all. It gets really hot, especially when the sun's out. I'm glad I got a white car, not a black car. If this was black on black, I'd be dying. I really wish it had ventilated seats. I think only the QX80 and maybe the QX60 have them, which I think is a stupid oversight. If you're gonna have a luxury car in the South, you need to have ventilated seats. Other than that, I really like the setup. I don't know why people complain about this. Okay, you've got 2 screens, you gotta learn it, but if you're born anytime after 1980, you're gonna pick up on this real quick. It's not that hard. It's
millennial friendly.
Yeah, it's millennial friendly if you want to call it.
But one observation I noticed is soft touch materials everywhere. I can't find a hard piece of plastic.
That's one thing.
Even this glove box is coated in a rubberized coating.
And this is
the first one I found, and it's not in an area that you're gonna interact with at all.
I didn't even see that.
But if you feel the glove box, it's solid.
So even on the driver's side, you're right there is plastic, but up here everywhere else is just, it's leather, and this is proper leather. And then up on the dashboard even, they've done away with the regular plasticky dashboard, and it's a semi leather. It's not real leather, but it's quilted again. Well, I mean, this is hand stitched. I don't know who spends the time to do that.
It's stitched. It has a definite premium look for what it is.
The headliner, the one thing,
Red Sport's get a black headliner?
I don't know. I know that this is the only interior option as of right now. They do plan on offering more. So for example, on the Q60 Red Sport, you can actually get a white interior. I believe for the 2018 model year on the Q50 Red Sport, this interior with the Kachu aluminum is the only one. I think in the future, Infiniti is going to offer a maple trim, which honestly, I like wood trims a lot. The aluminum is growing on me though. I like it. It's actual aluminum. It feels cold to the touch.
I prefer this.
It looks a lot more sporty. One thing that Vehicular DIY knows how I judge a car is if I go into a luxury car, it doesn't have an Alcantara headliner, I scrap it. I was very annoyed that this did not have a nicer headliner. This is your regular headliner you'd find in a Nissan.
But you know what? Good luck finding a car that comes with all black. That's rare.
True.
So it kind of makes it look a little more premium.
The other thing that's very Nissan is all this up here. A lot of the switches are very Nissan feeling.
But at the end of the day, they sold it to you for Nissan pricing. How much can you complain?
I mean, but so like, for example, other
you paid Maximo rates.
So other Asian car manufacturers, when they have a luxury offering, they differentiate. Like even Hyundai, people knock on the Genesis all the time.
You've had a Genesis, right?
I have a Genesis. Back in Canada, I have a 2016 Genesis G80. Back then it was just called the Genesis. It looks like the G80 now. The switches are proper. I mean, if you press them, you feel it. This just feels like a regular Nissan to me, right? But the Genesis, when you press it, you're like, no, that is a premium switch. That is a premium button. That's one thing I wish this car would have done. One thing I do like though, the steering wheel is phenomenal. They took the steering wheel out of the Q60. It's new for the model year. They took this from the Q60, and then they even added these magnesium
really?
paddle shifters. Take a feel on that. They're real nice.
Damn.
They're not plastic, and it's funny because this wheel came from the Q60, but the Q60 still has those lame plastic paddle shifters, and they gave these ones to the Q50S. I don't know, what else can I show you guys?
This is interesting. It's got a vent in the actual A-pillar.
So a couple of the dealer options I got on this car were, of course, the deck lid spoiler, the tint, and I don't remember what else. I think that was the only dealer stuff. Everything else came from the factory on this car.
This is velour, which is nice.
See, that's what I wish the headliner was.
Yeah, true. That would be nice.
But that's really nice to have inside a glove box. I would not have expected that, is it? Oh, it's like that in here too.
So why don't you talk about the infotainment inputs?
So you've got, you got your regular, this is your Nav SD card. This is funny, most cars still have this. I'm surprised it's not inbuilt into them yet, but this is a great way to apply updates, so I think that's why they keep it. It can handle up to 2 phones. It does not, so one thing again, they don't have CarPlay and Android Auto. It's 2018. I don't know why CarPlay and Android Auto are not in here. I'm hoping that in the future they flash an update to allow it like Genesis has done with older model cars.
But you know what? At the end of the day, you have a composite video input.
Yeah,
So
you can actually play. You can actually play DVDs on there, which is pretty cool.
Or that's what I'm using to get Android Auto on my screen.
Yeah, so maybe,
I found a way.
Maybe I'll do a hack like Vehicular DIY did.
Yeah.
It's got, you know, safety features. It's got side airbags. What are these called up front? The headliner airbags. I
don't actually know.
I think they're called the headliner airbag, but it's basically got 5-star crash safety ratings everywhere. Not that really matters for people like us.
That's a big
We're
deal.
here for the car. Yeah, other than that, this is, like I said, it's the loaded package. So it's got the proactive package, the sensory package, and the sport package. And what that does is it offers pretty much autonomous driving in this car. When I was pulling up on Vehicular DIY's tail, my car would actually, I could feel the gas pedal pushing back on me and it applying the brakes and downshifting. It would not let me get close enough. And then when so there's a button right here, if you want to show them. This turns off your driver aids. So this allows you to, so if you look up there, when it's green, it's on. When it's not, it's off. So green keeps you in lane, stops you from hitting anywhere. It's got cross traffic alert, everything. Has got adaptive cruise. It'll come stop and go. It's got, I believe in the owner's manual, it says 3 seconds. So if you're driving, traffic comes to a stop, within 3 seconds, it'll automatically resume. If it's more than 3 seconds, you actually have to press resume, which is not a big deal if you're already sitting in traffic.
Sounds like something you could code out if you wanted to.
maybe. Those are probably in there for safety reasons. Definitely stuff that you could code out if you could get into the inners of this car.
Why don't we show them the back?
Yeah, let's get in the back. Oh, one other thing is it's got the 360 camera, as most cars have up here. So you press this button down here, and then you get the 360 view. So, you know, if you're parking in a tight spot, you don't want to get curb rash on your car or anything like that. You got full view of it. You can actually change the view. It shows you the rear. It shows you the side. I mean, this is great. People also knock on Infiniti for not having changed the cameras, but I mean, yeah, it would be nice to have HD resolution on this. But really, I'm looking for big things that are going to cut up my car.
When you turn the wheel, do you have guidance lines?
Yep.
You got guidance.
Guidance lines.
Up, actually, that's different on the actual overhead.
Yeah, it actually shows my front tires, how far they're
even
turned.
Just guidance lines from the front end.
Yeah, showing me how wide my turn's going to be. It's real nice. There's a lot of tech features in here that I would not have expected.
The screen is nice, but you gotta, okay. This is just nicer than it should be.
Yeah.
This is kind of what you'd expect, or for what you're paying. Let's just go by what you ended up paying.
Exactly.
I wouldn't complain about that at all, but this is better. This is iPad-like.
Yeah, and it's a good touchscreen. It's not slow.
Really, hopefully they did have some.
It's got no apps to show, which is why it's not showing you anything on those pages. I think I can download those. So this car actually comes with 4 years, Sirius XM traffic and weather, which great. I'm never going to use it, but you know, it's nice to have. There's a lot of really weird value-added features like that.
Is that your actual seating position?
Yeah, so this is how I drive the car.
And you're how tall?
I am 5'10", and I'm very comfortable back here. I mean, this is more comfortable than I am in Vehicular DIY's 335.
Yeah, it's pretty tight back there.
And these seats honestly are very nice. If you want to take a seat in here and feel it, these are, for what it is, I mean, this is a compact luxury, and these seats feel really nice in the back. This is something I wouldn't mind having people in the back for drive through.
Ski pass through, and then the seats fold if you want to, or no?
Yeah, there's 60-40 split bench.
You got rear AC.
Yep, rear HVAC. You can't control it. It's just whatever's the front is. It's not a
kind of
zone.
no big deal.
Yeah, I think that's more in like when you get up into the bigger class. I think the Q70 probably has that.
But what really feels nice is the quilts. The quilted seats.
The quilt feels nice, but honestly, like it's got good back support for a rear seat. This is cushioned
and your legs can sit relatively flat. You're not up like this. The floor is pretty comfortable.
I mean, if you want to think about a Vehicular DIY, you're what, 6'1"?
No, I'm just like barely 6.
Okay, so he's a little bit taller than me, which is evidence, but he sits in a very comfortable position in the front. Like he puts his seat all the way back. This seat is almost all the way back.
Yeah, and I got my room. I got room here.
And he's still got room, so you could put 2 of him in this car. You put 4 of him in this car, and they'd sit comfortably on a road trip. And that's and I know that the Q50 is supposed to be bigger than its competitors as well. So it is slightly bigger than the 3 Series, slightly bigger than the Audi.
It's in between
A4.
a 3 Series and a 5 Series, if you had to ask me.
Exactly.
But it's got a very cocooned feeling. It's got like a.
You feel very coddled in the car.
Yeah. And I kind of like that because it feels private, but then you still have good visibility out the side. Yeah,
the only thing I wish I had is a rear window shade like his E90, but you know, I guess Infiniti's still behind the game on that.
Well, for what they're charging. It's all about what you paid, in my opinion.
Honestly, this is kind of
those got to be changed to LED.
Yeah, everything in this car is LEDs, and then somehow my rear lights are regular yellow incandescence. That's kind of lame.
Easy fix, $20 Amazon fix.
Especially because this has the ambient lighting package in the interior, so I don't know why these were not included in that.
Yeah.
I find that really lame. one other cool thing we forgot to show is this actually has the Bolster Extension. So this used to be a BMW exclusive feature, and this is actually on here. So this comes out as far as I want. So I've got side bolsters, I've got thigh bolsters.
I use that on long trips all the time.
Yeah, this is, I mean, this is what's gonna keep you from having your butt go numb.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic to see. Another thing we were looking through is we were just looking through here. So let me just show you all the settings in here. So you've got a driving performance chart here, which will actually show you how you drive. I think it shows you torque and HP figures as well. Fuel consumption. So if you go through these gauges, shows you your G, it has an accelerometer, show you your G-forces.
That's kind of like carryover from the G35.
Yeah,
I mean, from the, no, it's actually carryover from the R35.
The steering shows you exactly how far you are, and because this has active steering, when you let go of the steering wheel and you want it to be in center, there's no chance that it will never not be centered, because the car, it's a drive-by-wire system. So no matter
steer by wire. Everybody says drive by wire. That's throttle.
Yeah, it's steer by wire. It's called direct adaptive steering, which is part of. You can't avoid it if you get the sensory and proactive packages. You get it with that.
Which can, depending for daily, do you find it odd, or is it?
No, honestly it feels fine to me. I don't know why people
complain. Does it have
complain.
proper weighting and everything you would expect?
Yeah,
no, it feels.
It's a little loose right now.
I can tell already, but
yeah, but we're not driving.
It feels luxury though.
This is right now not in driving, and this is
it's keeping things easy.
It's in standard mode right now. It's not in Sport Plus. When I change it, it changes. But you'll drive it and you'll let your.
My car has controversial steering as active steering. Back in the day, everybody used to freak out about that. Now everybody likes that.
People are saying that this was actually, again, this is a direct competitor to BMW. You see a lot of things here that you would find in a 3 Series. You got these, you got the seats. You've got this adaptive steering, and now, so I think what people are saying is BMW probably has a lot of patents on having the adaptive steering with a mechanical link, and that's why Infiniti couldn't incorporate the mechanical link. There's actually a clutch that engages if your electronics go out, so you can steer the car. Let's go into more of the tech stuff then. So driver assistance, like I said, this is almost autonomous driving. So emergency assist, this is just forward emergency braking. If anything happens, it'll stop the car. Blind spot assist, you've got blind spot warning, blind spot intervention, and then you got the indicator lights there.
Yeah, it's
so you got 3 settings. You got dark, standard, and bright. I keep it on bright. I like to be able to see it out in my face.
Usually it's on the outside mirror.
That is something that Nissan does, and you'll find that in all Nissans. Then it's got lane assist, so you got lane departure warning. I'll keep that on just for the sake of showing you, but I hate the beep it gives me when I'm changing lanes like an asshole without using my blinker. I really should be driving a BMW.
Shots fired.
Then you got the lane departure prevention. It'll stop you from moving, so it's active lane control. And then you got the setting to I keep it at high just because I want to see how good this is. We'll show you when we're driving. Then we got forward assist. So this is really cool. Like I was talking about, my car was braking. So this is that distance control assist that I was talking about. When I pull up on someone's tail, the car will actually push back on the gas pedal and stop me from going any further.
Maybe in case you didn't realize, right?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, honestly, in this day and age, we're all distracted when we're driving. I hate people who text and drive. I personally don't do it, but even I get distracted, even switching songs or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's something great to have. Like if someone slams on the brakes in front of you, you know this car is going to make sure that you're not hitting them.
Yeah.
Especially in Houston traffic as well.
Yeah, very true.
And then you got Infiniti Drive Selector here. So this is where you can change everything. So here, this is what I was talking about. I can change the steering to Sport Plus, Dynamic Plus. I guess it is, so maybe it is a little loose. We'll take it for a drive.
It's probably just because you're sitting in a parking lot and it's designed to like make the effort less.
Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be a smart system, so it's trying to make it. And the ratio.
The coolest thing is, what I love about active steering is if you can vary the ratio on the fly, that feels amazing. This car has that. Maybe it doesn't have the same feel because all new cars don't have the same feel, but trust me, once you drive a car with a variable ratio steering, it's hard to go back. It feels antiquated.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've driven your BMW and I feel the difference in that. I'd like to see how it feels after driving this car now. I haven't driven yours in a while.
Yeah, now it's all sorted too.
It's got your regular phone, Bluetooth stuff. I haven't connected my phone yet, but this does have the Bose sound system. I believe it's a 16 speaker sound system. There's one thing in here that I want to get rid of. So this actually in the car it amplifies the exhaust volume because the exhaust note's really low. I kind of want to turn that off. I think that's really lame. I'm trying to find it.
At least you can on this car. You can't on the new BMW.
One thing I think that's really cool is I've got all these different volumes. So if you look at this, I've got guidance volume, ringtone volume, incoming call volume, outgoing call volume.
That's pretty insane.
In touch services volume, and then my sonar volume for when it beeps at me. Then I've got the button beep sound. I mean, this is the kind of customization you want in a car, and I'm glad there was no oversight on that.
It's like it's jailbroken from the factory.
Yeah, exactly. I apparently can get my mail according to that. I'd like to see what that means when I actually do get it.
If I can read out who it came from.
Yeah, if I can link up my mail, that'll be great. And then let's see what the vehicle settings are in here. So I've got light sensitivity, light off delay, lamp on when door unlocks, remote engine start, intelligent key. I don't have the intelligent key, but I'm gonna turn this on. I would. Oh, okay, so it's just shift to park unlock. I think I'll keep that on. I'd like it to unlock when I park the car. It's got the rain sensing wipers. I don't know what answer back convenience is. That's something interesting. Lock, unlock by door handle. You can turn off essentially your keyless entry, which
crazy.
is
why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you need to? But
there's some people who are very paranoid about that kind of stuff, right? So maybe if you're in an unsafe area, you want to just turn that off before you hop out of your car. Make sure no one can unlock it when you're around. Touch sensitive doors. So it even exactly that, the pulling on it that I was doing on the handle, you can turn that off. Lane change, 3 flashes. I can change that, probably make that 5 flashes.
See, that's all, like if I want to do that, I'd have to change it by coding.
Yeah.
Just to be able to change the flashing. All this stuff is locked down, and you have to be able to use your laptop to get this kind of function.
Wipe drip. I think that's a really fun feature. A lot of cars don't have an option for this, and sometimes it's annoying, sometimes it's not. But this is basically when you spray windshield washer fluid, it's going to actually wipe it after a couple seconds to make sure that it gets everything off.
Yeah, that's cool.
Answer back exterior light, selective door unlock. I don't even know what half these are. This is great. Lift steering wheel on exit, yes. Slide driver's seat back on exit, yes. I love that.
Yeah.
These are features that you want to have in a luxury car.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait a sec, go back.
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was Android Auto first.
And then I don't know what, oh, so this lets me change my main menu and everything. This is crazy. I mean, this is everything I want to customize in this car in terms of personal preferences is all here.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we've got. So on the screen, I can probably adjust image. So if you look up here, I can actually adjust how my screen looks. That's really cool. So I can, I can turn the display off and change day or night. I can change the map color, display settings in here. I've got the brightness, contrast, black level, and then I can change both upper and lower screens.
Or just one at a time.
This is, I mean, this is honestly, I'm very impressed. I didn't know about any of this. I don't think any reviews covered any of this.
Yeah.
Then you got the InTouch service, which is Infiniti's subscription service. I think I might have a trial on it. I don't know how that is, so I'm gonna leave that out. Got the camera and sonar, so I have settings for my camera. I've got settings for my sonar. I mean, you can really change this however you want it to. Sonar sensitivity, sonar volume. I've got front. I can change it to front sensor only. I think that's what that means, right? What would FR mean? I'll look in the owner's manual and get back to you guys. Yeah.
Somewhere else, yeah.
I've got other, in this I've got climate, language and units, low on fuel alert, software information. I'm trying to find where I can change that.
The sound. The
sound, yeah. So Navi shift control. This is very interesting. So this is, oh, I need to show you guys active trace as well. What that does is based on the maps, and these are updated, it actually anticipates when you're gonna need to downshift. So this transmission will actually downshift preemptively for you, knowing that you're going to hit a turn. It takes all the data you've got in the car, presumably, so you know how many G's you're pulling, whatever, and understands whether you need a downshift on that curve or not, which I think is, people might find that annoying, but I'm glad you can turn it off.
Yeah.
But I'd like to test that out, see how it goes. What I was trying to find here is actually how to turn off the amplified volume on the inside. I wasn't able to find that.
It's probably something specific to like sport.
Yeah, maybe it's an audio, sound settings, Bose center point. What is center point? Let's turn it on. Okay. We got surround
driver
volume.
audio. That's probably it there. Audio stage.
I don't think so. Let's see.
Okay, turn it off. Again.
Oh yeah, that is it. So the only other thing I wanted to show you was that active trace control setting as well.
Yeah, active trace
control. It's actually, if you go into the drive mode selector, active trace control right there actually traces. So if you look at it, the picture, what it suggests, I have to read the owner's manual. From what I understand is it's got, it doesn't have a limited slip, but what it does is it's got torque vectoring through the braking, and so it's kind of like BMW's xDrive, where, so on the all-wheel drive models it's obviously better, the rear-wheel drive it's not quite the same, but it'll break your inner wheels just to get a better turnout.
Yeah, my car has it for traction because it doesn't have an LSD, so it'll break the opposite wheel to help you get grip. It's probably something along, but this is more with regards to the actual road. But I say we go for a quick drive right now.
All right, let's do it. Right away, let's just put this in Sport Plus because really none of us really care about any of the other ones. I mean, I can show you guys, we'll give you our opinions on what comfort's like in this car, but Sport Plus is already pretty coddling, to be quite honest.
Yeah, and this car feels quite isolated anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there's almost no noise from outside. A little bit of road noise from the tires, but they're performance summer tires. What do you expect?
Yeah.
So I've got all my driving aids on. I'm gonna see what I can do with all that. Try and demonstrate the lane keeping and all that as well. You don't even feel the turbos kicking in. There's maybe like a very slight delay when you first get on the gas, but they spool up real fast, and when they do, it's linear power delivery throughout. You don't feel it at all. It doesn't drop off.
From the factory.
Yeah.
That's what 400 horsepower is for.
Yeah, right. You feel it throw you back into your seat. It's got enough.
Nobody said this car's not quick. It's quick, like it's properly fast.
Well, you'd be surprised.
It's not just like decent, it's actually fast.
Yeah, a lot of people say that it should have been faster. I think if this car was faster, it would defeat the purpose.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be an AMG killer. So I mean, an E43 AMG, we all know, isn't a real AMG. So it beating an E43, fine, but it was never meant to take out the C63 or the E63 or anything like that.
Or like even an M.
And a lot of people call this a Japanese muscle car, and it's kind of funny because
it's got more torque than you're used to seeing from a Japanese car.
Yeah, for sure. And it's funny because, I mean, as he knows, I was looking at Camaro SS 1L8 track package. I'm in love with that car. I think it's great, but I don't think I could have dailied that. This is the perfect in-between of power, sportiness, and comfort. At least for me. I know that's a very strong statement to make. There's gonna be a lot of people out there who can be like, an an M240i is just as good or even better. And it comes down to personal preferences, but I think the one thing that no one can argue is for the price point, this is a lot of car for your money, and it is by no means a boring car.
No, absolutely not.
So I don't know if you guys can see from the way our bodies are being pushed, but my car is actually braking for me right now when I'm approaching these cars on the interstate.
You're not doing that?
I'm not doing that.
What?
I haven't touched the brake since we got out of, since we got on the frontage road.
That's crazy.
All been the car. And that's actually something, so when we were pulling into that parking lot earlier when I was following you, when you were taking that turn, I just had my foot on the gas the whole time. I wanted to test it, and it was fine. Like, it braked for me, and it kept a distance while making a turn, which I thought was pretty wild. Oh yeah, see that pull there from we're at 100 miles an hour.
What it does, it's a very modular. It's an NA. It feels like a really strong. It feels like a high revving V8.
Yeah, that is what it feels like.
So it's progressive.
Just doesn't sound like one, unfortunately. I might.
But you know what? Everybody used to hate on the Z for that trumpet sound.
Yeah.
I always loved it. I don't
mind the trumpet sound. I just wish it was louder. Like, if it could just be amplified not through the speakers, I'd be happy with it.
Yeah, but then this car is so isolated. You'd have to make it so loud outside.
Yeah.
That inside, like you'll be annoying people.
Yeah, exactly. So, you don't want that highway drone. At the end of the day, it's still a luxury car. You don't want the highway drone.
What mode are we in right now?
We're in Sport Plus right now. Honestly, this is the drive mode that I really like. I think if I had more time, I'd play with the settings.
It's a little stiff, but it's not.
It's a little stiff, but it's kind of what I wanted from this car. I mean, I wanted something that was gonna be stiff when driving. I didn't want to keep driving. I've got a floaty big SUV that runs over everything. I wanted something that was a little more nimble.
I'll tell you this much: there's just absolutely no way that you have run flats. We would know in 2 seconds.
Yeah, and we'd know from the road noise, from the feel, from the harshness of the ride. I definitely recommend, if you get this car, find one with the conventional tire package. I'm so glad I did. I would have been really upset if this came with run flats.
It almost gives me an idea. That spare, right now I have a slime kit in the back of my car in case I ever get a nail or whatnot, but that spare would fit. It's so slim and thin, but it's still wide as hell.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's got the same bolt pattern. I could just grab that whole kit.
It might. I think it's a 5-bolt pattern, so it might.
Look at that guy's exhaust.
Yeah, that's what you want. I don't know if you guys can be able to see that. Yeah, you want to take a picture of that or not?
This is why in Houston you gotta have a fast car, because you never know what's gonna come up on you.
But look up in front of us. What is that? A V12 Vantage?
Oh yeah.
By the way, not me.
Oh yeah, it's probably braking a little harder because it doesn't want to have any hassles of hitting an expensive car. Yeah. It's like, oh wait, that's a nicer car.
Look at that, it's braking for me.
He's not braking. Nice car to test it on.
Yeah, right. Now, I have barely stepped on the brake the entire time. The only time I do it is when there's no car in front of me and when I'm at a light.
Forward collision warning?
Yeah, not the forward collision assist or whatever. It's just actively braking my car. And
but at the end of the day, that's the general term for it. Yeah.
But this is an active one. It's not just like passive where it does it in the event of an emergency. It's always braking to make sure you don't even get in an emergency.
And normally you can only get that on like high-end luxury cars. I've rented an XC90 and it had that feature. It was like you had to pay a lot of money to get that type of functionality.
Like watch this right now. The car's gonna start braking.
That far away.
That far away. Yeah. If it's not even.
Can you adjust that distance?
It's so like I took controllers recently, right? This is a very advanced control. This is not a basic. There's PID, right? What are they called? There's derivative control, integrative or derivative. Wow, I forgot my engineering. Derivative control, integral control, and then the P is, I forgot what the P stands for, but this. So derivative is like your basic. It's an input and it puts an output, right? It's very choppy. This is very smooth. It adjusts for every single kind of driving. Like if it senses a car far away that stopped, it will apply the brake differently than it would if there was a car going the same speed as you up front that you're approaching. It understands when to stop and when to not. I've driven other cars with similar kinds of adaptive cruise.
Yeah.
Not this where I'm not in cruise and I have.
It only looks at the car straight in front, not the car ahead of it.
Not the car ahead of it, and also I don't know if this one looks at the one ahead of it, but like when you have adaptive cruise, which by the way, again, I'm not in adaptive cruise. This is me driving regular and it's modulating my driving. In adaptive cruise where they have similar things, it will apply the brakes hard no matter what. Like it doesn't understand.
It's not natural.
It's not. Yeah, this feels a lot more natural and smooth when it brakes. You want to hang it right?
Yeah, it's radar based, probably, right?
Yeah, it's sonar. So it's got. We saw the settings in there for the sonar earlier, so you can change those. All right, guys. So I think that's more than enough for a first video. I tried to cover everything that I would have wanted to see, but at the same time, this is kind of just a really memorable moment. So I don't know if I mentioned, this is my first car purchase. It's my first lease. I have helped a lot of family members lease cars. I like doing the negotiating and all that. I'm a sales guy myself, but I really, really am so happy. This is my first car. I mean, it's a great day for me. At the end of the day, this is going to be something that memorializes my first car. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more stuff, let me know. There's a lot more features I can go in depth into in the car. But yeah. And of course, keep watching Vehicular DIY. He's a smart guy. I go to him for all my car problems. And yeah, have a good one.
Yeah, basically, this is going to be a memorable video for him. It's something a little bit different for the channel. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. But you know, regardless, we did this just for fun. So thanks for watching, and
we had a good time doing it too. I mean, this is a great way to take your first car out, gun it, get some clips of it, even brag to people. So
in a few years when you're looking back, it'll be cool to actually just remember this moment. But thanks for watching, guys. If you like this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Thanks.
Yeah.